I mean, the play developed relatively quick. It was pretty broken, if I remember correctly. Ball ended up, Danny made a tackle, the ball bounced him, and he was unselfish, made the pass to his teammate. Shunde touched and finished, so it was, for me, unselfish in terms of the transition moment to give to your teammate that's open, and he had one chance and he put it away, so he was really clinical. And that's what we've been talking about, of, like, you might only get a few, and you have to be really clinical. So, I mean, the way it goes down is just wild. I guess that's our story this year, or maybe every year. I don't know. We make things interesting, don't we?
Rob, I mean, I wouldn't say Atlanta United were necessarily sharp, but the game was sort of, that's how it played out. It was a game that was really tight. What do you think were the main advantages for Atlanta United tonight? Miami never really looked comfortable on the pitch anyway. What did you guys see beforehand and during the match that you knew that you could potentially get a result tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we were really intentional about how we did the week in terms of breaking down video of, obviously, some mistakes we made in the last game. Fatigue was a big factor, so rest obviously helps that, but it's not the only thing. So we looked at their patterns of play, of what they do with, especially with the big guys. I did think we were a little bit, especially in the first half, sloppy and basic stuff, just connecting simple passes. So maybe that's a little bit of nerves or getting used to the pitch again. But I don't know, just if I had to look at it really right now, like, just you have to win the game. So anything you got to do to win the game. We did talk, obviously, tactics, that's important and all the things, but ultimately at the end it's having that belief and playing with intensity, and I feel like they showed it. They never gave up.
Rob, congratulations for the win. Is this the way you imagine the game? Scoring in the last minute of the game and making it through and making one more game?
No. You just don't know what the games are going to be, right? Like, we've got so much respect for, obviously, the level of player that they have, the level of coach that they have. Tata's a fantastic coach, and so that the respect is through the roof for them, and they're so dangerous. So you just never know what kind of game you're going to get in terms of where their quality is going to come from and what you really have to shut down, because they can hurt you in different ways. So ultimately, as the game started to play out, I thought, and what we could control, we did a pretty good job. We were composed. The goal happens, and then from there, like, they rebounded really well at halftime. So I know it's not the way I thought it would go, but I wouldn't take it any other way.
Now, Jared.
Coach, do me a favor. Sum up Derek Williams' entire game today, both sides. It felt like he was high quality on both sides.
Yeah, I think I've said this before. He's a quiet leader, so one, he leads by example, and then he's not the one that you always see shouting and screaming, but he organizes people. He's just composed. He's been very, very consistent. He's taking care of his body to keep himself healthy and on the pitch, and that's a really good thing for us. And he's just an all-around good teammate. Well, from what I see, he's a great teammate, and he's a pleasure to coach.
Sure.
Hey, Coach, I actually want to ask about the rest of the defense, about the discipline you all have, about not dropping so far back and letting Miami overwhelm you, but the bravery to hold the line, to take out cutback crosses, and just be brave in those moments.
Yeah, like I said, we were really intentional about what we did this week with video, and in terms of, obviously, we changed the shape, and there's been players that are playing now that haven't played as many minutes as probably they would have liked, and when their name was called, they were great in what they did. You got to repeat that. They are very intentional about what they do. They don't have to look at each other. They know where they're going to be. So we did a decent job of trying to contain that. The scoreline maybe tells us that, but it's not as comfortable sitting on the sideline watching it.
Paul, right?
Hey, Rob. How you doing? I wonder, considering, earlier this season or late in the season, I think it was like a 4% chance for you guys to get into the playoffs. You get in, you get to this point, you have Miami and Messi, one loss from elimination, you hear the crowd tonight. How much are you guys kind of embracing this idea of, nothing to lose and maybe playing the spoiler, being the underdog and taking out Messi potentially?
Yeah, I'm going to put the cart before the horse, because the job's not done, right? But we've had that mentality for a long time. It's something that I feel maybe we were warranted to have those percentages and the probabilities, but I just have a belief that people can change that. The numbers, they help you to find predictions and maybe help Vegas in terms of their gambling odds and things like that, but the people end up changing that quickly. So I don't know, it's been a mentality that we've tried to adopt and kind of keep pushing forward. Like I said, the job's not done, but I'm really proud of what they've shown.